Every time I visit Disneyland's Cars Land, I feel a peculiar, almost childish joy bubbling up in my chest. I can't help myself. The neon glow of Route 66, the swaying tail fins of Cadillacs buried in the rockwork, and the uncanny eye contact from Lightning McQueen himself, who somehow blinks and talks without a visible driver, are all too alluring. My camera roll is a graveyard of selfies with Lightning McQueen and Mater, and awkward shots in front of Flo's V8 Cafe. And my personal favorite, the one Radiator Springs Racers photo where I actually won the race. But somewhere between posing next to Doc Hudson and watching DJ's dance party, an unsettling thought always creeps in. What are those things? Are they machines? Are they animals? Are they sentient? Did they eat their creators? It's time we had the conversation about Pixar's Cars universe. Buckle your seatbelt. This ride gets weird. The world of Cars is eerily familiar. Roadside motels, drive-ins, race tracks, souvenir shops, but everything is built for cars. Gas pumps, restaurants, movie theaters, even porta potties. And there are no humans in sight. It's as if someone picked up our world, deleted humanity, and let the cars evolve to fill the void. But if there were no humans, who paved the roads? Who built the architecture? Who carved the Grand Canyon to be windshield height for photogenic selfies? Even more baffling, the cars themselves are based on real human-designed makes and models. Lightning is a stock car. Luigi is a Fiat 500. The World Grand Prix features brands recognizable in our own world. Are these echoes of a vanished humanity? Or are the cars just cosplaying forgotten gods? Let's talk anatomy. The Cars franchise clearly establishes that these aren't just sentient cars with onboard AI. They are living, breathing creatures. Evidence? Let's review. The eyes are in the windshield, not the headlights. Pixar made this design choice early on because headlights as eyes looked creepy and soulless, an uncanny automotive valley, if you will. But the implications are wild. This means their brains are likely located behind the dashboard, which raises all kinds of questions about where cognition, emotion, and sensory processing actually occur in these creatures. But here's where it gets freakier. In Cars 2, we briefly meet a character named Celine DeFair, who appears to have undergone some sort of surgery or modification. Her eyes are in her headlights. That's right. Canonically, she is a post-op headlight-eyed car. This single visual gag, played for horror comedy, confirms that eye placement in this universe can be altered medically. Which means these vehicles don't just have faces, they have a face structure, and maybe even facial bones like a skull that can be surgically moved. And it's not like Pixar pulled this idea from thin air. Back in the 1990s, Chevron ran a beloved series of stop-motion commercials featuring animated cars, each with big, googly headlight eyes. Those Chevron cars, which you could also buy as toys at your local gas station, were the proto-cars in many ways. But they looked unsettling, vacant, like they were one transmission fuel leak away from full possession. So, when Pixar made the executive decision to shift the eyes up to the windshield, they reshaped the anatomy. The result? A species of automobile with a massive cranial cavity where a human's upper torso would be, and sight organs in a place never intended to host them. These are cars with face-based horror architecture. Characters like Lightning and Mater visibly lick things. Mater's got a big floppy tongue that behaves more like a dog's than any machine's appendage. Other cars flash molars when they talk or laugh. Not fangs, not metal grates. Molars, designed for chewing. But what exactly are they chewing? Rubber? Gasoline marinated gravel? Did someone at Pixar sit down and assign dental categories to vehicles? Because the presence of human-like tongues and fully formed teeth implies a digestive system, and presumably internal organs. And we can't forget the infamous moment in the first Cars film when Lightning McQueen uses his tongue to win a race. Yes, that's right. After his tires blow out during the final stretch, he literally sticks out his tongue, dragging it across the track to gain just enough reach to cross the finish line. It's played for laughs, but also what kind of evolutionary adaptation is that? Why is a car's tongue long and prehensile enough to act like a limb? Pixar released a die-cast Lightning McQueen with a giant rubber tongue sticking out, frozen in his victorious lick slide. Kids loved it. Adults quietly screamed into the void. In Cars, Lightning snores while asleep in a trailer. This implies lungs, or at the very least, an air circulation system mimicking sleep apnea.
Hey, Lightning, you ready?
Oh yeah, Lightning's ready. This one's for you, Doc.
Doc Hudson is a retired racer with injuries and emotional trauma. In Cars 2, we learn he has passed away. This implies aging, mortality, and the existence of automobile funerals. So, if they're not mechanical robots, they're some terrifying fusion of organic and mechanical, a biomechanical species that has evolved in the shape of vehicles, with skin made of metal and bones of reinforced steel. You think Transformers are weird? Cars are worse. At least Optimus Prime knows he's a robot. Where are the humans? The absence of humans in Cars is not subtle, it's complete. There are no people in the crowd at races, no mechanics, no road workers, and yet the infrastructure remains. Telephone poles, RV parks, airports. The only residents are talking cars, trains, and even planes. Shudder. More on that later. Some fans have speculated that Cars takes place in a post-human Earth, perhaps centuries after an apocalyptic AI takeover. Others, like those who cling to the Pixar theory, believe Cars fits between WALL-E and Up, set during a time when the Earth is uninhabitable and AI has inherited the Earth. Could the Cars have gained sentience, eliminated humanity, and evolved into a self-replicating society? Did they consume the very people who created them? Or perhaps they were infected with a rogue by-and-large program that uploaded human personalities into chassis after Earth's collapse? It's dark, but not impossible. Let's get microscopic. How do these creatures work? We're talking fluids, waste, reproduction. Oil and fuel are present, but are they like blood? There are baby cars, sort of. In Cars 3, we see younger models. But there's no confirmation of how reproduction works. No mommy-daddy talk. Are they manufactured? Do they lay eggs? Do they bud like coral? We may never know. Cars canonically poop. This means digestive systems. What are they eating? Gasoline burgers? Diesel smoothies? So Doc Hudson dies. Cars get rusty. There's a car version of a hippie suggesting countercultures, aging, and existential dread. And let's not forget the lemon cars in Cars 2, whose decrepitude makes them societal outcasts. This isn't a happy-go-lucky world. It's a survival of the fittest motorized meat grinder. As if Cars wasn't strange enough, Disney went ahead and gave us Planes and Planes Fire and Rescue. These flying cousins extend the same biological questions to aircraft with sentient jets, helicopters, and even blimps. In Planes, we see war veterans, medical evac teams, and intercontinental racers. And just like in Cars, no humans exist. These aren't pilotless drones, they're self-aware, flying beings with distinct personalities. There's even a conspiracy theory that Planes is a war movie in a world that has no humans. Why do they have military ranks? What wars did they fight? Who are the enemies? If cars are biomechanical horrors, planes are the flying evolutionary apex of a post-human ecosystem. Think less animated family film and more Mad Max Skyborn edition. Let's not forget where this started, the charming, quirky town of Radiator Springs. On the surface, it's a sleepy, nostalgic pit stop celebrating 1950s Americana. But under the hood, it's a deeply freaky place. Everyone is too specific. A sheriff with PTSD, a hippie who makes his own fuel, an Italian car with a fetish for Ferraris, a conspiracy theorist tow truck with intimate knowledge of spy operations and ghost stories. This isn't a small town. It's a psychiatric case study on wheels. And somehow, they all coexist in a society with rules, law enforcement, government structure, and even international diplomacy. These are living organisms with complex social systems and no discernible origin story. Next time you're at Cars Land, take a moment. Pose next to lightning. Let Mater tell you a joke. Watch the LED-lit mountain range shimmer like a dreamscape. But also, be afraid. Be very afraid. Because the freakiest thing about cars isn't just the blinking windshields or the biological blasphemy. It's the silence, the unspoken truth that somewhere, somehow, these creatures outlived their makers. They inherited the earth, rebuilt it in their image, and now wave to us with their windshield eyes and wiggling side mirrors. And when they smile for your photo, ask yourself, are they remembering or are they waiting?